we have more concerning storms over the next few days that are going to be having the potential for some damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes. I'm going to be talking about what you need to know about the severe weather potentials. Let's get right into it. It's Saturday, April 25th, 2026, and we have a pretty large area to be watching for potential severe weather today. All the way from New Orleans, Louisiana, up into parts of southeastern Nebraska, we have a potential for some pretty significant severe weather today, as the Storm Prediction Center has actually issued a level 4 out of 5 moderate risk in parts of southeastern Oklahoma. So, yeah, we got this level 1 out of 5 marginal risk going from parts of New Orleans up to southeastern Nebraska, a level 2 out of 5 slight risk going from northwestern Louisiana up into southern Nebraska, southeastern Nebraska. And then we got this enhanced risk going from northeastern Texas into parts of Oklahoma, eastern Oklahoma. And then we have a moderate risk in place for parts of southeastern Oklahoma. We have a 2% tornado risk actually out from Waco, Texas up into parts of southern Nebraska. Then we have a 5% tornado risk going from northwestern Louisiana into parts of eastern Oklahoma, and then a 10% tornado risk in southeastern Oklahoma and northeastern Texas. We also have a tornado conditional intensity group 1 risk, so those are those dashed lines for a strong tornado, potentially EF2+. And then if you see those lines, those more like straighter lines, and then we have a chance for tornadoes within that area, potentially going up through EF3+. So today's going to be a potential for a pretty significant tornado day. But we're also going to have some chances for some damaging winds out there today. So make sure you're strapped on unsecured objects, don't fly away. And if we go to hail risk here, hail is going to be probably the main concern here, as you can see right here. We're going to have a big hail chance for today, potentially with hail approaching the size of DVDs. So hail is going to be pretty large today, so make sure you're protecting your vehicle. Here's the future radar here, the HRRR. You can see we're going to have some storms actually pop up here pretty soon. We're going to have some storms potentially pop up around 6 p.m. Eastern. You might be watching this by the time they're starting to pop up. 7 p.m. Eastern is when they really start going. And then here is 8 p.m. Eastern, and then 9 p.m. Eastern right here, and then here's 10 p.m. Eastern as the storms kind of push through some of those areas. And then we'll kind of just move through, and then it'll kind of weaken out as we get into the early morning hours of tomorrow. Alright, so let's check out CAPE. It stands for Convective Available Potential Energy. Think about it as storm fuel. You can see here, we're going to have a lot of storm fuel out there today. As you can see right here, just our CAPE is going to be pretty much off the charts, as you can see right here. And it should be a pretty big severe weather day, as we have a lot of instability out there. Look at all that CAPE that we could be seeing right there. Look at that. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of CAPE out there. We're going to have some pretty decent levels of SIGTOR out there, significant tornado perimeter. We're going to have that warm front kind of in that area. And then if we look at the SIGTOR levels, significant tornado perimeter, we're going to have decent levels out there, as you can see right here. The weather out there is just primed for severe weather. As you can see here, this is SIGTOR right here. So, yeah, we're going to have a lot of significant tornado perimeter levels out there. So, yeah, just make sure to be having a way to get alerts, know where you're going to take shelter if needed today. And make sure to park your car in the garage so that doesn't get damaged by hail. And know anyone out in these areas, please let them know. Now, here's the Day 2 Storm Prediction Center outlook for tomorrow on Sunday. We do have a severe weather risk expanding from parts of northern Louisiana up into southeastern South Dakota, with a marginal risk going through those areas, and then a slight risk going from parts of southern Oklahoma all the way up into southwestern Iowa. The slight risk includes Lincoln, Nebraska, Oklahoma City. Now, the level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk does include parts of northeastern Kansas mainly, and southeastern Nebraska, would be some parts of western Missouri. So we're going to have a tornado risk tomorrow, additional intensity group 1 risk, so we could be seeing some pretty strong tornadoes potentially tomorrow, EF2+ potential. So, yeah, we got 2% tornado risk spanning from places just north of McKinney, Texas, up into southwestern Iowa. Where isolated tornado or 2 will be a potential tomorrow. And then we also got this 5% tornado risk going from northern Oklahoma into parts of southeastern Nebraska. Could be seeing some tornadoes as well. Then we got that 10% tornado risk over there for parts of northern Kansas. So tomorrow, be aware for potential tornadoes if you're out there in Kansas. Then we got that tornado conditional intensity group 1, where a strong tornado EF2+ cannot be ruled out. Now, we do have a threat for damaging winds within these areas as we get into tomorrow as well, so please make sure to strap down unsecured objects for tomorrow if you're in any of these areas. And then hail is also going to be a concern, so make sure to park your car in the garage so that doesn't get damaged by hail. So, yeah, just make sure you stay in weather aware tomorrow on Sunday as well. We're going to take a check at the future radar here. can see if we push it out into tomorrow on Sunday, we're going to have some of those storms start to develop out there. As you can see here, it's about 4 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have the storms continuing to move through some of those areas out there, as you can see right there. And then they'll kind of just continue to move into parts of Iowa, as you can see right there. We're going to have some decent levels of CAPE out there tomorrow, I believe. As you can see right here, we're going to have some decent levels of CAPE out there. Our storm fuel, as you can see right there. As you can see, here's a dew point. It's going to be, we're going to have some decent levels of moisture out there. I mean, let's just look at this. We're going to have a lot of moisture out there today. Then if we push it into tomorrow here, you can see we're still going to have a lot of moisture out there, as you can see right there. Beware tomorrow on Sunday, and then as we get into Monday, this is probably going to be the most concerning severe weather day out of the multi-day severe weather outbreak that we've been having. So this does expand from northwestern Alabama all the way to parts of southeastern Minnesota. We got this marginal risk, which is at level 1 inside of those green areas, and a slight risk, which is level 2 inside of those yellow areas, northern Mississippi up to parts of southwestern Wisconsin. And then we have an enhanced risk, level 3 out of 5, go from northwestern Tennessee up into southwestern Wisconsin. The enhanced risk includes a pretty large area, St. Louis, Missouri, Springfield, Illinois, Peoria, Illinois, and Cedar Rapids, Iowa. You guys are inside of that enhanced risk on Monday. I do think that there's a potential that they could be issuing a moderate risk within this circle as we get closer to Monday, so that's something to be aware for. They have a 45% any severe risk out right now in these pink areas. Depending on the storms that we have on Sunday, tomorrow on Sunday, if we're going to have like a lot of storms, if we don't have that much storms tomorrow on Sunday, then we might have, then Monday might even be more concerning. That's actually something I learned pretty recently though. If we push this up to Monday, you can see we're going to have a lot of moisture out there. As you can see right there, that is pretty crazy. Still going to be having a lot of storm fuel CAPE. We're going to have a lot of storm fuel out there as we get into Monday as well, which is right here. Look how much CAPE we could be having out there. Our atmosphere is going to be primed out there on Monday. So yeah, if you know anyone in any of these areas on Monday, please be aware. And it doesn't stop there. As we get into Tuesday, we have a severe weather potential from northern Louisiana up into southwestern Tennessee on Tuesday. So we're watching these areas on Tuesday as well, as we're going to have some storms push through some of those areas, potentially producing a chance for some damaging winds and hail, maybe a small tornado threat. I didn't really check out this risk that much here, but if we push up here, let's check out the storm fuel. You can see we actually have some decent levels of storm fuel out there on Tuesday, so Tuesday could be pretty significant, but I think damaging winds and hail will probably be the main concern. And then let's talk about some of the fire weather. We're going to have some fire weather today, potentially down here in parts of the southwest, as we got elevated fire weather risk down here. It includes Santa Fe, New Mexico, Tucson, Arizona, and those areas. And then we actually have we have an extreme fire risk for tomorrow on Sunday for parts of eastern New Mexico. This is going to be very concerning on Sunday as we have extreme fire risk. So please make sure you're being aware for that. And then as you can see here, it's decently warm out there in some of these areas. We got some warmer temperatures, but the cold temperatures are on the way, okay? So if we push this up, as we get in early May, yeah, the starting of May is likely going to be pretty cold for a lot of you guys. And you can see within these areas, we have some chances for some below normal temperatures, as you can see right here, within these areas. Make sure to subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day. Stay weather aware. Bye.